Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Crimson Pharaoh. Welcome back to the 15th and final episode of the Beginner's Guide. Again, next week I'm starting the middle game guide because I figure at this point I'm hitting middle game, you know? Back in the day, this would have been like between mid to late game, but because of the way that Summoners was changed, especially over the last 2 years, I would say, the last 2 years have been really a helpful thing for the beginners. Back in the day, I don't know if they even gave you they gave you like nothing, like not even a mystical scroll for free, like one. It was just, you got in and you started grinding, but now you can progress much, much faster. You've got that Amelia's Blessing thing too, like we didn't have that back then either, so I'd say maybe in the last 3 years even. And the game has just changed a lot, even since 3 years ago. We've got the Chikaru and Dob meta teams now, and I think BJR5 was a thing back then that had just become kind of a thing. I'll pull my monsters out here so you guys can see those, and we'll go over some other things. Throw these out. I'm working on a Copper Bulldozer team. I have a Randy here. I have a second Randy as well. I have the pieces for him. I intend to build 2 Rauks, or maybe just one. It's hard to say. Definitely building one, but I might build 2. That might just turn out to be a little better. Maybe I can use it in Guild Siege or Guild Wars eventually, like the extra Rauk or whatever. But I think Rauk is going to help a lot with a couple of the Rift Beasts, so that's why I want to build him. Fran, this is the second one. I'll build her too. I don't know if Shannon is ever going to get built. It's just not necessary to do so anymore. They give you Fran for free now. You don't have to wait to get the ancient coins for her, so she's phased out almost immediately. Even for free to play, I'm not even summoning any scrolls, and it was just like, I just don't need her. Like, there's just other stuff. I don't need her for TOA. I didn't really need her for Giants. I mean, she was out this, like, the second day of this account. She was out of the team already, so yeah, kind of a weird place there for some of that stuff. This is the Dot team here. I got 100% for him here, but and then I'm working on doing her, so I could probably get her done in the next couple days here. I think I have like 90 energy or something sitting there. I finally built Bernard. I need to do her after I do Tattoo Casey for Rift Beasts. Bernard is sitting here. I finally built him. What I was saying the other day was that people aren't building him for like Giants anymore. Like, they used to give Bernard out and then everyone would build him for Giants, but since people aren't using him for Giants anymore, he was sitting in storage, but he's still good for Arena. Like, he's still a good attack bar booster. So yeah, this is the fastest unit I've ever had at 290 speed, I think. Well, I mean, I want to see how... You figure on Spectra it's going to be 18 speed faster. So if it was on Spectra, it'd be in the 300s. But yeah, this is the fastest set I've ever had. So we'll take a look at this stuff quick too. 20 speed there. 14 there, 24. This rolled. I had a hero grind for this one, and this rolled to 28. So this is the fastest rune I've ever had, and this is the fastest. Yeah, crazy fast. Too bad it wasn't HP or defense, but it's fine on accuracy too. And then here, so those are the runes there. No artifacts because he is at a 5-star, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. I can show you guys what I'm planning on doing for Arena here quick too. So I need Bernard, obviously. Bernard, and then you really want a speed lead. So free speed leads are like a Chamomere is a free speed lead. If you guys really don't have anything else, Fran has one, although it's, I mean, that's pretty bad. So if you guys have a Chamomere, that sounds kind of weird building the Wind Ifrit, but he's got a 24% speed lead global, and it works. So obviously it works in Arena. It's 24 extra speed. He can do pretty decent AoE damage. He's a wind a wind unit, you can bring him in with like he could be the lead, and then still Bernard, Sigmaris, and then Fran. And then you've got you know, you don't have a defense break, but you've got 2 AoEs. You can take Sigmaris out and throw Casey in, and Casey has the AoE defense break on skill 2. That's actually the other unit I need in the team. So it's probably looking like this right now with Casey right here. So she's somewhere. She's over here. So this is what I want to do with my arena team. Going against stuff that has a bunch of wind units, not going to be amazing, so you'd want to throw something else in. But if there isn't a bunch of wind units, like, this team should work perfectly fine. You just buff speed and attack bar, buff attack, AoE decrease defense and decrease attack speed, and then an AoE attack with freeze on it. So that's pretty solid, and obviously then all free to play. So there's that. Let's look at the profile here. I have got this stuff. I think everyone in the game is Guardian 1 in guild content. I don't know why the rankings for guild content work like this. I don't know if there are just that few guilds, active guilds in the game or something. I don't know. But it's always been like that. I don't know how their system works, but yeah. I was able to get S tier on World Boss today. The arena, I'm not working on arena or anything too hard. This is where I got into TOA. I showed off my TOA team in another video, but I'll show it again here real quick. That's not it. It is this, right? I think this is the team. Yeah. Yep. So this team took me into the 90s in TOA hard. There were 2 stages where I had to take Sigmaris out and put a Crow in, just because of a bunch of wind units on the enemy team or whatever. And sometimes Crow would just work better for bosses, just more burst damage. But yeah, this team plus Crow gets you through TOA normal very easily, and almost all the way through TOA hard. So there's that there. I then have these teams here. So this is all good. Like looking at this stuff, like, every unit on this screen makes sense to build. Like, he is usable. Like, when you're done using him for giants and dragons, you get different stuff. You can then end up using him for arena or for, you know, guild siege or guild wars. Not like high level, because you're going to get absolutely destroyed. Sigmaris is not a tanky unit at all, but you can get away with using him in middle game for sure, early middle game. Later on, you would like to have other stuff, and you're going to have other stuff anyway, so yeah. Lupinus is obviously feasible, free to play, whatever. So I used her. She's actually doing pretty well in some content in the Rift Beasts. I'll show you guys in a minute, but yeah, like, Verd is great. Like, the Trike Harbor team makes sense. You're using it for 3 dungeons anyway. Like, the Dot team is going to be done soon. But even the units that, like, are going to get taken out of these teams, like Crow, you're still using, not necessarily here, but in Guild Wars, you're using them in Rift Beasts and Rift Raids. You're using Lauren in PvP. You're using Fran in PvP, Bella in PvP, more guild content PvP, and some Rift Beast stuff. I think Fran's on a Rift Beast team as well. Ergar, Rift Beast, and then yeah, so it's all still usable later on here. So some of these, Colleen is still good for, I guess, 3 of the dungeons she's still good for. He ends up being good for PvP guild stuff later on. When you get a BJR5 team, obviously all these units are out. But Xiong Fei is still good for guild siege. I don't know if he's really that useful past R5. He did just get second awakened, so you know, maybe he'll be good for something else. Obviously his stats get higher. He's got, you know, better skills. But yeah, I don't know if he's that usable anywhere beyond R5. You don't have to build him. I think it's worth building him. It makes the run more easy to build, a more consistent team. But yeah, Konamiya. Oh, this stuff is all good for solo R5. Yeah, never mind. This stuff is still all good for solo R5. So Yeah, but beyond that, these are probably not going to be used beyond solo R5 and then Colleen in some of these teams here. So, and then Guild Siege and but these two are obviously still good. Like, I use them in almost every team. Like, Crow is in every team. He is in every team. The Homunculus, other than the Fire one. I've been trying to use different things. Ikaru works in some of them. Bella works in some of them. Fran works in some of them. I just got this score today for the Light Beast. Not a consistent team. Weirdly enough, I just noticed he's not awakened. He gets better. He gets his second skill goes from a single hit to 3 hits, so it's just better for Dark Beast. And it's just a more consistent that he's landing the debuffs. I don't know how I didn't notice. That he's just not awakened until just before I recorded. It's so weird. And that would have made his stats better. He would have been surviving more. I'm like trying to get all these different runes together. Like, why is he not surviving? And then it's like, just awaken him. But anyway, yeah. Verd is good in this stuff too. The attack bar push is actually good. You're only able to get a certain amount of turns in because of the way that the attack gauge works for the boss. But with Verd, you're still, like, you can still lose time, if that makes sense. You can still lose, like, attack bar and turns. Like, it's hard to explain. So all of your units still have to move their attack bar up, and when they're moving their attack bar up and not taking turns, the boss is doing the same thing. So you're just losing extra chances at hitting the boss. So Verd is actually good in some of these dungeons. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, the Wind Homunculus, I'm really happy I built him up. And Crow is still solid. Lapis is not good. Lapis is good here. Lapis shouldn't be in, like... Lapis can work here. Lapis shouldn't be in an Ice Beast team. It doesn't make any sense. I'm really struggling to get the Ice Beast done. The Wind Beast... the Fire, Wind, and Dark Beast are... I feel like they're the 3 easiest ones. I used to think the Wind one was so hard, but it's just easy. It's not a hard one to do. The Light Beast is unbelievable. Like... I barely cleared with this. He got killed by the last skill the boss has, and then revived into a fresh wave of skills, and then hit, and then violent procced, and then hit again, and cleared the boss. So this isn't consistent. I need a Rauk in this team, for sure. Take Bella out, or maybe even Ergar. Maybe take him out and put Rauk back here, and then have these two frontline, or take Bella out and have him in the front line too. Like, it's hard to say. Yeah, it's a weird. This one is weird and hard. This is weird though. This boss is so irritating. But anyway, this is how far I am. So not doing bad there. I've tried to literally zero these. All I've used the energy for is Second Awakening units. I haven't tried any of the bosses. I don't think that's worth any time until later on anyway, when you start to farm runes. So can I awaken him now? Maybe I can awaken our friend here, Ergar. So he needs, I think that'll be correct. That was nice of them to do this fusion thing. It used to be 10 essences to go up. It's nice they put it down to 5. It's just super nice. Like, it makes a big difference. Cuts down farming time a lot. So anyway, now Ergar finally, is awakened. It actually makes sense to have him in the teams. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is just, you guys have seen all the runes along the way, along the journey. He's not built yet. Theomar's, these are not built. She's not built either. She's still working on Tricarus, but anyway, yeah, I'm moving into the middle game here. We need to solidify some PvE teams, get things running, 100% or close to 100% as possible. And yeah, again, the guild is going to be opening up in a couple days here. I will get the name of that guild out pretty soon, and so that'll be a good thing there. For anyone joining that's running Trikaru, make sure that you have the extra 5% on your Trikarus, that you have 5% over the minimum that you need, because if you're not a guild level 21, you are losing 5% defense in your Trikaru team. So anyone that's joining, just make sure that your Trikaru teams are good to go until we get that guild level up. And if you're not there yet anyway, then that's, it doesn't really affect you guys too much. But just so you guys know, like, keep that in mind before you join, that you have to make the defense percentage work. So yeah, there's a little disclaimer there. But yeah, I think that's all for this video. I really enjoyed doing this and having you guys follow along and seeing you guys play in game and your progression too. So it was good. But I'll see you guys next week in the mid game guide, and I really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing and watching the videos. It's huge, and commenting on stuff. So yeah, I'll see everybody next time.